Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Steve on a Cloud Post list versus on camera with Cephalid Breakfast. Snowstorm. Had like 5 people make it out for this Wednesday Night Legacy. Very small turnout, so I jumped in. Had to scoop the first round as I was helping somebody get a set of dual lands. Air mint, beautiful stuff. Looks like Once Upon a Time found Cloud Post for Steve. And this is going to be a quick one. Tuco plus Cephalid milling through the entire deck. And Steve's got a trick, though, Endurance. So there's a Narcomoeba in hand, so couldn't Cabal Therapy first. But there is Force of Will to stop it. Sometimes you just have it all. So Steve has a piece of interaction there, game 1. But Cephalid Breakfast wins anyways. Force of Will stops the Endurance, which otherwise would have won the game for him. No cards left in library. Play again here. Once Upon a Time will dig. Really a solid addition. Not sure. I'm not 100% sure I'd play it right now. I guess I would in Cloud Post. I believe I did get enough reps in to be pretty sure of that, but just in lands decks in general, we got Thespian Stage. I don't know if he has the Dark Depths combo in here as well. Doesn't take much to just add a singleton Dark Depths. Also tutor it up pretty easily. My side of the board, we got Aether Vial. Cephalid Breakfast shares a lot of DNA with Death and Taxes. A really weird brew. Great use of Aether Vial. Currently I'm playing with Paradigm Shift. Extra Thassa's Oracles. Currently in the sideboard, I've got about 5 flex slots in the deck. Considering whether or not to try and wedge in the Paradigm Shift package into the main deck. I have not needed to pivot into the Stoneforge plan in quite some time. And in truth, I'm not really sure it would be good enough versus many decks right now. Batterskull is the choice there. Tuco's already there on the battlefield. That backup plan probably not going to be super relevant. Got a Brainstorm. But Elvish Reclaimer is kind of the whole situation. Even if I find the Cephalid, Elvish Reclaimer can tutor up a Jukabog. Also creates inevitability. Ball Therapy snags an Endurance, but shows a hand of just straight gas. Prime Time, Green Sun Zenith, any one of these spells can be lethal very quickly. End of turn, one of these lands can become a Cloud Post. So Green Sun Zenith would actually be a disaster. Couple of Cloud Posts. Just lacking the double green right now. Actually, oh, there's got to be a line here, right? So if those Cloud Posts tap for 6, 2 of them could be used to turn a Glimmer Post into a Yavimaya. Yeah, I think Steve might have missed a window there to be able to jam Prime Time. So if he taps both Cloud Posts and then uses the Reclamation Sage, he can get the floating mana. make this all work. Could have cast Primetime last turn. Even if it gets countered, I mean, it's not like you're going down a land. You can always get whatever land you need later. You just see a prime time here. Couple of mana floating. Jades is not going to stop this. Again, some potential tricks could have been played here with this 2 mana floating with the Reclamation Sage. A Cloud Post and an Eye of Ugin. We'll see if this Rec Sage upgrades any of these lands. It does not. Steve might just feel like he can't lose here, but there are some plays to be made. Rec Sage could have upgraded one of these lands into an additional Cloud Post. That would have allowed for infinite turns with Ulamog, or sorry, with Emrakul. And have a Nomad. There's a Paradigm Shift in hand. This is pretty much over. Kozilek. Just a casual draw for. Primetime's going to be able to swing, ramp even more. You have a Pithing Needle shutting off the Nomads after the redirection shields. Send all future damage to Thassa's Oracle. And I think at this point it's really unlikely. I think the line I'm playing towards is actually being able to top deck a Brainstorm and cantrip a couple of times to thin out the library to make a Thassa's Oracle lethal after Paradigm Shifting. So I'd play Paradigm Shift, put this small handful of cards back into the library, and then Brainstorm into the Thassa's Oracle, as well as a couple of other cantrips. And Surgical's going to stop that. So never mind. Steve's got it all that game. The Cloud Post players. Hopefully those tips will be helpful for you. Getting the double green for Primeval Titan is one of the challenges of the deck. It's usually easier to cast Green Sun Zenith for Primetime than it is to cast Primetime himself. But when you've got a Reclaimer on board, there are some moves that you can make. Manage your mana. The card's just incredible. I mean, Elvish Reclaimer, I think, is probably best in this deck. Let me know what deck you think Elvish Reclaimer is best in. I actually think it's quite poor in Turbo Depths and similar Dark Depths builds that are trying to make a 2020 as fast as possible. I actually believe it's too slow for those. Inclusion tends to make those decks actually worse. Makes them more resilient, but the decks don't actually want resiliency. They are more about speed than anything. If they give up a turn or two of speed, I mean, now you're just losing to everything. That would potentially be something you could race with even just a little bit of discard. Instead, now you're just have no chance of beating any of the faster decks. And oof, gonna be a Mulda 4. Mulda 4 in the finals. The deck did quite well the previous round. skipping over some shuffling. This actually is 4. Narcomoeba can go back in the library. And an Aether Vial. I think it's just land Thassa's Oracle left in hand. Once Upon a Time finds an Endurance. That's not great news. We have a Pithing Needle stopping Aether Vial. Primeval Titan did a lot of heavy lifting last game, though it looks like just about anything could punch this game out. An Endurance in hand, stopping the graveyard. Pithing Needle stopping this Aether Vial. And there's a Stoneforge Mystic. Would have rather used Aether Vial to put that onto the battlefield, but still able to cast it. Note that the Flooded Strand taps for a green thanks to Yavimaya. Abze Shuko, and the hunt is on for a Cephalid at this point. Endurance flashed in. Likely has more graveyard hate if he's going to casually throw the 3/4 onto the battlefield to try and set a clock. His mana base not super amazing right now. Ayavugan, of course, gets the upgrade from Yavimaya, which is really sick. Makes your Eldrazi cost 2 less and can tap for 1, making it almost better than like a Mishra's Workshop in the deck. That combination comes together. Tapping for 3 mana, but sometimes more if you're casting more than 1 Eldrazi in a turn. Though in this build, that is unlikely. A Ramunap Excavator joins in the fun. 2/3 Crucible. Oh, and the deck gives up a Cephalid. So plenty of graveyard hate to consider. A fetch land before all of those lands are out of the deck. That is a rookie mistake. Do not crack a fetch land before you mill yourself out. I have seen that happen. I have done that. Not where you want to be. Narcomoeba is being allowed to enter the battlefield. Indicate that Surgical Extraction, not a card in hand. May be optimal to surgically extract Narcomoeba. See, double Endurance and a crop rotation. Three pieces of graveyard hate in Steve's hand. That last Narcomoeba. Going for Dread Return. Crop rotation. Narcomoebas have entered. Cabal Therapy searched the hand for Surgical. Now Dread Return being responded to with a Bojuka Bog. Exiles the graveyard. Now Thassa's Oracle being cast from hand. There's only 3 cards left in the library. These Endurances aren't going to do anything. And Cephalid Breakfast sneaks another one past Graveyard Hate. I don't know. It is a complicated deck to play against.